Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding automation and mechanization. Mechanization refers to the replacement of human power with mechanical power of some form. The use of hand power tools is not an example of mechanization. So mechanization means something is done or operated by machinery and not by hand. So, mechanization was the next logical step in the substitution of chemical for muscle power once small and light enough power sources became available. The process of having a machine or machines accomplish task performed wholly or partly by humans. As used here, a machine refers to any inanimate electromechanical device such as a robot or computer. It provides the self regulating property by performing manual operations by means of mechanized operations. For example, material handling, etc. Self control can be introduced in the process. So it is based around the machinery and equipment that ensures accuracy and speed of operation. Now the automation, the word automation is derived from the Greek word automate, automatos meaning self-acting. Automation can also be defined as the process of following a predetermined sequence of operations with little or no human intervention using specialized equipment and that device that perform and control the manufacturing process. Automation is a word that has many meanings in the industry today. Automatic machines of all kinds existed long before the term automation was conceived. But it should be noted that all automatic machines do not come under the category of automation. So, automation is a technology concerned with the application mechanical, electronic, and computer based systems to operate and control production. If we see the difference between automation and mechanization, so mechanization refers to the replacement of human power with mechanical power of some form. The use of hand power tools is not an example of mechanization. So, automation and mechanization are often confused with each other. Mechanization saves the use of human muscles, whereas automation saves the use of human judgment. Mechanization displaces physical labor, whereas automation displaces mental labor as well. Mechanization affects one or two industries at a time. So, automation is a replacement of human thinking with computers and machines. Automation create jobs for skilled workers at the cost of unskilled and semi-skilled workers. It affects many industries at the same time. Now, regarding mechanization, it is based around the machinery and equipment that ensures accuracy and speed of operation. So, mechanization of the manufacturing means a trend towards minimizing the human efforts by adopting mechanical and electrical means or methods for automating the different manufacturing processes. Such a trend may be in the area of automating and mechanizing the processes of material handling, loading and unloading of components, actual operations performed on the job or transportation, etc. In case of automation, automation can be defined as the process of following predetermined sequence of operations with little or no human intervention using specialized equipment and devices that perform and control the manufacturing processes. The information recording, processing, and controlling by mechanical and electronic devices is called the automation. So, reasons why should one go for automation are increase productivity, reduce cost of labor and dependence on labor shortages, improve quality, reduce in process inventory, reduce the manufacturing time, reduce dependence on operator skills, and increase safety or reduce risk of humans. Next point that we will discuss is the product cycle. So the diagram shows a typical industrial product life cycle. So there are various elements. So first, that is research and development, then the product design, then process planning and installation, then production quality control and market feedbacks, and again go to the product design. So this is a product life cycle. So industrial products go through their life cycles, which consist of various stages. At first, a product is conceived based on the market feedbacks as well as research and development activities. So this is a first stage. So market feedback and research and development that leads to the that gives the product design. Once conceived, the product is designed. Prototype manufacturing is generally needed to prove the design. Once the design is proved, product or production planning and installation must be carried out to ensure that the necessary resources and strategies for mass manufacturing are in place. This is followed by the actual manufacture and quality control activities through which the product is mass produced. This is followed by a number of commercial activities through which the product is totally sold in the market. Automation also reduces the overall product life cycle, that is the time required to complete product conception and design, process planning and installation, and various stages of the product life cycle that is shown in the figure. So this is regarding the product life cycle. Then we will discuss regarding the hard and flexible automation. So fixed automation means it is a hard automation, and soft automation means it is a flexible automation. So regarding flexible automation, the manufacturing system in which the sequence of processing or assembly operations is fixed by the equipment configuration. So typical features of hard automation or fixed automation are suited to high production quantities, high initial investment for custom engineered equipment, high production rates, and relatively inflexible in accommodating product variety. So this is regarding the hard or fixed automation. Then flexible automation, or it is also called the soft automation, an extension of programmable automation in which the system is capable of changing over from one job to the next with no lost time between the jobs. So typical features of soft automation or the flexible automations are high investment for custom engineered system, continuous production of variable mixes of products, medium production rates, and flexibility to deal with soft product variety. So if you differentiate hard versus flexible automation, the first point, in case of hard automation, hard or fixed automation is a machine or system that is designed to perform a specific highly repetitive task. In case of flexible automation, it is it is a equipment or system that is designed to easily change the production line for variety of products. Second point regarding hard versus flexible automation. In case of hard automation, the operations are usually simple or a combination of simple operations. In case of flexible automation, the system can produce various combinations and schedules of products. Third point regarding hard automation, it is it typically operates at very high speed, therefore production rate is high. In case of flexible automation, it is typically operates at medium speed, therefore production rate is medium. Fourth point regarding this, for hard automation, it is applicable for products with very high demand rates and high volume and low product variety. In case of flexible automation, it is applicable for products with medium volume and medium or high product variety. Fifth point regarding hard automation, due to large number of units, unit cost is low. But in case of flexible automation, due to medium number of units or volume, unit cost is medium as compared to hard automation. Sixth point regarding hard automation is high initial investment for custom engineered equipment with no flexibility of product. In case of flexible automation, high initial investment for custom engineered system with high flexibility of product. Seventh point regarding hard automation, it is not possible to change over physical setup with no loss of production time for variety of products. But in case of flexible automation, it has a capability to change the part program and physical setup with no loss of production time for variety of products. So examples of hard automations are mechanized conveyors, machining transfer lines, robots for welding. And examples of flexible automations are flexible manufacturing system for machining operations. Now the next point that we will discuss regarding the capital intensive versus low cost automation. So first we will see what is capital in intensive production. So capital refers to the equipment, machinery, vehicles and so on that a business uses to make its product or service. A capital intensive production process is mostly automated and able to generate a large output of goods and services. Since capital intensive production relies largely on machinery and equipment, such industries required long term investment with a high cost involved in maintaining and depreciating equipment. So the capital is the resources provided by the owners to the business to do the business. So capital intensive processes are those that require a relatively high level of capital investment compared to the labor cost. These processes are more likely to be highly automated and to be used to produce on a large scale. So it refers to a productive process that requires a high percentage of investment in fixed assets, that is machines, capital, plant to produce. A capital intensive processes are those that require a relatively high level of capital investment compared to the labor cost. It will have a relatively low ratio of labor inputs and will have higher labor productivity. So these processes are more likely to be highly automated and to be used to produce on a large scale. So examples of capital intensive are oil refining and car production. These are the examples of capital intensive production. So that capital intensive production processes are mostly automated processes and requires high investment. So advantages of capital intensive production: it reduces human error, more accurate production, great speed and uniform effort or output, technical economies of scale, that is increase efficiency which could reduce average cost. So in short, it reduces human error resulting more accurate production, speed of production, that is efficiency is high, and uniform effort per output, increase efficiency which could reduce average cost, and no problems with labor shortages or planning labor. Disadvantage of capital intensive production: initial high cost of investment and possible training cost, and lack of flexibility in responding to a change in demand. Now the next point that we will discuss, that is low cost automation. So every manufacturing industry, irrespective of size and budget, can accommodate their assembly lines by incorporating new approach towards infrastructure efficiency, result oriented employees empowered to work across various technical disciplines, and flexible hand on project management style. So low cost automation, so it is a strategy or technology that creates some degree of automation around the existing equipment, tools, methods, and people, using mostly standard components available in the market. So it is a strategy completely relies on the in-house resources that can concurrently grow with the project and ultimately get integrated into the company infrastructure upon completion of the project. So the benefits of LCA, as the name itself implies, investment cost is low and ROI is high in terms of improved productivity and better work efficiency. It provides quality, flexibility, then increases productivity, reduces cost, and can be easily implemented and affordable by SMEs. Applications of LCA: commonly LCA is based or it is used in manufacturing processes like grinding, material handling, machining, cold extrusion, quality inspection, dimensional accuracy, surface finishing, and assembly and packaging. Now the approach towards LCA involves the following steps. So first step is scope of the project. So this step involves determining the processes to be automated, the sequence of operations, minimum level of automation and control for every process, minimum level of material handling between every process. To maintain low cost, content of the project must be consistently guided by essentials only. So this is a step number one, that is scope of the project. So this is the approach towards low cost automation. So this is the first step, that is a scope of the project. Second, building infrastructure to support the project. So create areas for fabricating and assembling parts, subsystems and entire machines. This includes a machine shop, stock room for consumables, fasteners, controls, fabrication area, pneumatic components, etc. So this cost relatively lesser than typical manufacturing automation project. And third is building the system. The team should consist of engineers experienced in designing electrical, mechanical, and software systems. The term should handle, or the team should handle and resolve the pre-production issue like installing pneumatic components, handle fabricated parts, wiring control panels, etc., and even post-production issues. So this is regarding the topic of mechanization and automation. Thank you.